It's June and it's dairy month. Smakelig måltid et varsågod. Hi, Chef Rob, back in the kitchen, kicking it with a summer Swedish cardamom coffee cake out of my mother's recipe box. Today we'll be using 2 sticks of Prairie Farms butter, a cup of granulated sugar, 2 whole eggs, and a cup of flour that I've sifted with a little baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Prairie Farms sour cream. Finally, we'll need to make a little topping mix that consists of brown sugar, cinnamon, sugar, and the secret weapon, cardamom. So what we need to do to start with is we need to cream the sugar and the butter mixture together in our stand mixer. Add our butter like that, sugar, and we'll cream this till it's light and fluffy, about 2 minutes. While the butter and sugar are creaming, we need to prepare our 8 by 8 inch pan that I just pulled out of the refrigerator so it's nice and cold. And you can use your butter wraps for this, and it comes in very handy for greasing and preparing any baked good pan. Once we get the mixture of sugar and butter light and fluffy, we need to incorporate the eggs one at a time. We wait till that's all beaten in, and we add our second egg. Again, we want these eggs to be fully incorporated before we start our dry blend. Once our butter, sugar, and eggs have creamed, we want to turn our mixer down to slow, and we're going to add our flour mixture in 3 separate additions, with Prairie Farms sour cream in between each addition. This ensures that our flour is completely incorporated. And a little trick here is to use these flimsy paper plates so we don't take a flour bath. I've had it several times. So there's 1 addition of flour plus the Prairie Farms sour cream. We'll let that work in a bit. And our next round of flour. Let that incorporate. And another 4 ounces of Prairie Farms sour cream. What we want. So you're always beginning and ending with the flour. The last one's always tough because you're getting the last of that flour in. So now, when we pan up our batter, we want to put about half into the bottom of our prepared pan. This is my darling Swedish mother's coffee cake recipe. And in Sweden, we have a cultural thing called fika, where we all get together for coffee about 4 o'clock, kind of like the Brits and their tea. So now we're taking our topping mixture and we're spreading it just a little, spooning a little bit on top in the middle. This is where most of our flavor is going to come from. Again, the secret ingredient in this is cardamom. Cardamom is a pod that's normally associated with Indian cooking. In fact, the 2 cuisines that use cardamom a lot are Swedes and Indians. Now we're taking the rest of the batter and putting it over the middle, so to speak, and just pressing it lightly into the corners with our spoonula. That is a highly technical term for this. It really is.
Is that really what it's
It
called?
really is called that. And then we'll finish off our topping. And this kind of rustic cake, you don't have to be real fancy. And there we have it. Our finished cake that was about to go into a 325-degree oven that we've had preheating for the last hour. So after 45 minutes in the oven, this is what you come out with. Very nice golden brown cake. We're going to just dust this with a little bit of powdered sugar. There you have it. My mom's Swedish cardamom coffee cake. Perfect for a Swedish fika or any time. For these recipes and more, check out prairiefarms.com and find out more about Get Real, Give Back.